status of Joe for tonight, and will he play?
All 48 minutes.
Nice.
He would like it. No, he's going to play. I've been told by the training staff to try to limit the minutes if possible. So I don't know how many minutes he'll play, 15, 20 minutes maybe. But he looked good in practice yesterday. His ankle didn't get worse today, so he'll play.
Great. Billy, so far, is there anything that he's done that's surprised you or that you've noticed in particular?
Probably a lot of things. I didn't know that much about Billy, just watching tape of him, watching the Olympics, seeing it that way. But every day in practice, he does something out of him. That's pretty good. You know, for an example, they had a fast break, and someone threw a long, high pass to him. And as he's focusing on the ball in midair, the guy's filling the lane. He just goes out there and taps it to him, and we get a layup, where most guys probably just tried to catch it. So he's just got a great feel for the game. His passing, he makes great passes. He's shown some of his offensive moves. I think his passing has surprised KP a little bit, because KP was joking that all he's going to do is try to score, and he's going to have to work on his passing, but we don't see that. So Billy's done great. Probably a big surprise for us.
And in terms of when you're going to figure out, who you want your backup to be, who's the first guy coming off the bench, is he challenging for that position at this point?
I think he probably is for some of the things that he's been doing for us. Again, he's new to the league, so that veteran play, that these players, could be an advantage. But for Billy to, we got to find him some minutes. He definitely deserves it.
With Joakim, he hasn't played NBA game in, 9, 10 months or so. Do you expect to see some rust out there? What do you expect to see from him?
I'll expect he's probably going to be a little tired. Just even in the little scrimmage yesterday we had. But Joe's the type of guy that he's going to play hard no matter if he's about to fall over and die or not. So, he's just going to play as hard as he can. We'll try to take him out. And he's excited to get out there. Ever since he signed with us, he's kind of been bouncing off the walls, ready to go. So it's to be fun to watch him tonight.
How do you think Carmelo has looked in this new iteration of the offense so far? It's only been a few games, but what have you seen from them?
Well, Carmelo's a great player. He can do a lot of things. His passing is very good. The one thing I wasn't, you see it day in and day out, is pick and rolls. When he's actually handling the ball in the pick and rolls is very good. Again, because he's got the size, he's got the strength. If they try to double him, he makes passes out of there. So I've been impressed with that. And, we know he can shoot the ball. Now, if they can get enough scoring around him and enough guys that can attack and maybe create some open shots for him and give him some easy ones, he's going to have some big nights for us as the year progresses.
Coach, as you prepare for the season, at what point do you start to look at the opponents that you're going to come in? You're still in preseason, still trying to fine-tune with the team, but when do you start looking at that?
The last 2 games, we're going to start doing a little bit of that for our scouting reports, just so we get the guys into the habit of what we like to do as a scouting report before the games, what we talk about. So, we throw a couple things at them now, just kind of general ideas, no real game plan, but things we want them to work on that night.
Coach, you've had a fair number of days here now. It's sort of not normal between games. Is there anything that we can look for in this game tonight that's been a point of emphasis this week?
No, we've just been going over the execution of all the offense and defense. We've been working on things. So I don't think it's anything different. We're just trying to get better at it, trying to improve from day to day. And the guys had 3 pretty good hard days of practice. I hope I didn't wear them off for tonight's game.
Any further timetable on Derek returning to the club?
I know he's not going to be here tonight, but after that, I don't know.
Coach, a few more games until the opener in Cleveland. How would you describe the general feeling of the team heading into the season?
Well, I think we're all trying to feel our way through it in terms of understanding what the coaches want, what the players are good at, what fits them. So we're continuing to look at different things. We've changed a couple things that we've maybe put in the beginning, just because we said, you know what, it'll fit these guys better if we change it to this. So we're just trying to look at how are we gonna, when game one comes, we're ready to go. We still have to put in little end of game plays, that kind of stuff. Like I said, we were trying to stall it a little bit till Derek got back here, so we don't have to go over it again. But at some point we're gonna have to do it anyway. So we're just continuing to work on those little things.
But what's your experience with? You kind of have to do some of this piecemeal because Derek hasn't been here, Joakim's been out. But what's your experience in terms of how much that really impacts the first few weeks of the season? Because on the one hand, you don't have all the cohesion you'd want, but on the other, the fact that teams do start to scout maybe those last few games of the preseason, if they can't look at tape of everybody together, that probably plays to some advantage on some level.
Yeah,
well,
probably.
How does it play out?
Yeah, it probably all balances out. A lot of teams are going through the same stuff, trying to get their chemistry. You're going to have a certain amount of teams that have the majority of their team back, and that gives them an advantage probably in the beginning of the year. But that's when you scrap and claw and scratch, kick, whatever you got to do to win games early. Hopefully, if the offense isn't doing it, maybe you win it with defense one night. So. That's early in the season. What you're trying to do, you're trying to get it win any way you can, and then hopefully continue to work on the chemistry and the cohesion as the year goes on.
You had Gerald Green for two of his best pro seasons. What do you think worked well for him there? What about his game might maybe translate to the Celtics?
Well, Gerald can really put the ball in the hole. He can shoot the ball. Obviously, he's got great athleticism. He's a guy that can get on fire. There are games where, I think that Clipper game that we played against him a few years back came to mind where he was just shooting balls in from 35 feet out. When he gets hot, you got to watch out for him. So, Gerald's a very good player. I think he's a lot of stuff that Boston runs are things. It looks like what we were running in Phoenix. So, he should fit right in.
All right, thank you.
Okay.